Have you ever walked into a room and immediately known you were the punchline to someone else's joke? That's exactly how I felt on my first and last day as a substitute teacher. I needed extra cash while finishing my master's degree, so I signed up with the local school district. An 8th grade English class at the same middle school I had attended 15 years earlier. Walking through those hallways again was Sewell Sam Adri walls, same trophy case, with surprisingly few additions, same smell of floor cleaner and adolescent anxiety. The classroom was chaos when I arrived. 28 teenagers who sensed fresh meat had entered their territory. I introduced myself as Miss Parker and was met with the collective enthusiasm of a morgue. Your regular teacher left an assignment, I announced, writing my name on the board. You'll be analyzing the poem on page 54. A boy in the back hoodie pulled low, determined not to make eye contact, muttered something that made those around him snicker. I asked, using my best attempt at teacher authority. He looked up surprised. I'd heard him nothing. I should have let it go. Instead, I walked to his desk. No, please. Pay with the class. The room went silent. He shrugged. I just said this is stupid. We're never gonna use poetry in real life. Something about his dismissive tone triggered a memory. I'd said almost the exact same thing in this exact same classroom to my 8th grade teacher, Mr. Harmon. I nodded and walked back to the front of the class. Okay, Tyler, new plan. Head some in and close your books. 28 pairs of suspicious eyes watched me. When I was your age, sitting in this exact classroom, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. The words came out before I could stop them. I thought poetry was stupid too, until my English teacher showed me this. I pulled up Mary Oliver's The Summer Day on my phone and read it aloud. When I reached the final lines, tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? The room was completely still. That poem got me through the worst year of my life, I said quietly. Not because it fixed anything, but because it reminded me that even in the darkest moments, life is still wild and precious. You might never use poetry analysis on a job application, but someday when life hits you hard, and it will, you might remember a line that makes you feel less alone. That's what literature does for the rest of the class. We talked about words that had saved us, lyrics that explained feelings we couldn't name. Even Tyler eventually shared a rap verse that had gotten him through his parents' divorce. At the end of the day, a girl handed me a folded note before leaving. Inside was written, "My brother died last month. Can you send me that poem? I never substituted again. It wasn't for me." But 3 years later, I received an email from the school. Tyler had won a regional poetry contest and listed me as his inspiring teacher. Sometimes the most important lessons we teach or learn aren't the ones on the curriculum. They're the moments when we accidentally reveal our humanity and discover we're not as alone as we thought.